Hi, my name is Daria M. Sullivan, and I play Jennifer Evers.
I'm Laura Ekstrand. I'm the artistic director of Vivid Stage and the director of Grief at High Tide.
I'm Richard Willett, and I'm the playwright.
My name is Glor, and I'm playing Roy Phillips.
How's it going? My name is Andrew Binger, and I play Christopher in Grief at High Tide.
Well, it began with a photograph that was actually taken in the 1950s called Tragedy by the Sea, which is what I based the photograph that I call Grief at High Tide on. And I originally began researching that photograph, and just as the character Jennifer finds in the play, there's really not a lot out there about it. But the two things that I knew were, first of all, the photo has such impact because it is this tragic moment that's captured where this couple realizes that their baby has been washed out to sea in California. And then the second thing that totally intrigued me was that the photographer won a Pulitzer Prize for it, but was always kind of haunted by the fact that he won the prize and became famous on the backs of this couple's tragedy, and they were his neighbors, and he just happened to be there when this occurred and snapped this now world famous photograph. And so since there wasn't a lot of factual material available on it, I decided to make up a photo, which also then freed me to create my own backstory for it. And I updated it to the 1970s, as I said, so they'd still be alive.
This isn't the first time that we've done a new piece, and Richard has been so great to work with. He's been in California for the whole rehearsal process, but he's been very available to us, and we have sent him questions and notes and requests this whole time, and he's been extremely receptive. If he's not sure, he says, "I'll get back to you, let me think about that." And I think that's what you hope for working on a new piece, because you're going to be making discoveries. And if the playwright is not sitting in the rehearsal room, you're going to have to ask for things. And, if they trust you, they'll understand that you're trying to tell their story. And the difference when you're doing a published play is that that's what you got. So if there's anything that doesn't make sense to you or it feels cumbersome, you have to make it work as is, and you don't get this luxury of asking for something or having a conversation about something. So it's a real pleasure and a real privilege, I think, to work on a new play.
This isn't my first time working on a new works. We do that a lot at Vivid Stage, and I've done it at other theaters before as well. But this is my first time doing a show with a lot of rewrites, which has been an interesting experience. A little daunting because just as you start to memorize, things change, and sometimes it was a major chunk of a section that changed, or multiple sections changing multiple times. So it kind of gave me a little anxiety secretly, but I think every iteration we did was for the better ultimately. So whatever best serves the story, I'm all for.
I've been involved with new plays and plays that required a lot of editing, a lot of focusing the structure. This play came to me pretty well structured, at least for my character is concerned, so that was a lot easier to play because all that work had been put into making it as tight a script as possible. So it was a dream walking into a new play that is so well put together at the outset for me.
I think really cool to this process also is having a couple of different theaters kind of represented in some way, shape, or form. And I think that's the magic of the Theater Alliance, that's the magic of New Jersey theater, and that, of course, a tight-knit community. So it's kind of cool to see, people from one theater working on this production, or, there's some actors from here doing this thing. I think it's a part of what makes our theater community strong, and something that could make our theater community even stronger. I'm all for more collaborations, more outreaches, more ways to sort of bridge the divides. We have separate names and organizations, but it's really one big New Jersey theater scene. We all add something really special and unique to it, and it's really cool when we get the opportunity to make those things cross and combine things and share that with the audience and expand our audiences. So I'm a big fan of the collaboration.
Well, I have done a production with Vivid Stage when they were back in in South Orange. I did a play for them there, and I've done reading along the way. But Glor's company and the Theater Project's company have been sister companies for almost the entire time. Mark Spina, our artistic director, and Laura are constantly talking to each other about projects and about giving feedback to each other about where their visions are going. It's very exciting to have that part of a community of theaters under the theater lines.
Yes, I think it's one of the pleasures of being in New Jersey. I think that we're all very close and we're all overlapping and interconnected. And this is not the first time for any of us to work together, actually. Gary has worked here before. Andrew has worked here before as a director. And of course, you and you're here all the time. So I feel like that's the fun of it. And whenever I can work with a colleague and pull them into one of our projects here, I definitely take advantage of it, because I just think it's the benefit of having such a close community here.
I don't think I have a favorite character. I think that they're all amazing and juicy in their own right. I think it's great to see all of their journeys throughout the show. We have a really strong cast with great actors who have awesome instincts and bring themselves to the characters. So I just feel like it's hard to pick a favorite.